All right, let's go. How are we doing today? Happy Monday. Hope everybody out there had a fantastic weekend, of course. Always fun out there. This morning we're having a bit of a SPY uptrend still playing out from last week. I know Friday we had some pretty good price action, especially intraday, but it looks like SPY today pointing pretty higher once again. We can see here on the 1 minute chart, the first candle here today is pretty explosive so far. It is just now touching 668, but what I'm watching for is that big resistance from last week, 669 to 670, but more specifically like 669.50 to 670. That's my real range there. It's a pretty good rip, though, by the SPY. That's a nice jump. Breaking out past 668. There we go. 668.23, 668.30, 40, essentially. Getting up there. Gonna turn the drawings back on. You can see 669.50, 670 labeled up there. Pretty huge range, though. The watch list, Beyond Meat, up 56%. Now, that one's been the hot stock of the morning. Everybody's been watching this one. It's actually right around $1 a share right now. Kind of chopping around like crazy. Hey, I appreciate that synergy. Where does this music come from? Here, I'll send you a link. Save it for later. Let me know if you guys can see that link I just sent. GLD did not go down, okay. No, it did not. Doesn't always have to keep going, but, you know, that was a pretty good downtrend Friday, I gotta say. Now, as we go throughout this week, you know, how is gold gonna react? That's the million-dollar question. Awesome. Good morning, Joe Papa. Smash the like. Appreciate that. Chase, Chai, Jake, Rome, Outlaw, Chill. Last night on futures, we saw ES moving up a little bit. You can see last night at like 1 to 3 in the morning, it was starting to break out above Friday's highs. I guess it technically opened above Friday's highs, but started to break that opening price. Really hold above there. Joe Papa hopes they make enough to get Mickey D's this morning. Mickey D's of all things. We love that. Big lag and flows. Tom's ignoring me entirely, Tangi says. What? Lag and flows. It's different this time, Coconut says. We'll be seeing. GLD sitting around 398, almost a 400 resistance again. Keep in mind it follows gold futures, or sorry, it might actually follow gold futures. Let me search up what exactly. Let's see. Give you guys a good answer here. I want to make sure. Oh, it holds physical gold bars stored in primarily London vaults. That's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't want to misspeak there and say gold futures. Like, you know, a lot of ETFs follow some futures, but, you know, in this case, GLD, physical gold. Rick said, good morning, trading family. It's Monday. Hands in, everyone. Stocked up on 3, 2, 1. I like it. Palantir pulling back a little bit today. 180. Starting to come back down here this morning. Down 0.13% only, but still pretty negative first couple candles here. Robinhood's not working, Steve says. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Everything has been messed up today. It was hard for me to even get the stream going today. I had to use the thumbnail from last week because Adobe wouldn't let me in. YouTube was having fits. Couldn't access anything that we normally use. A lot of it started working, though, luckily, but... Pat said stuck with SPY calls and can't sell. Oh, because of the problems, yeah. Man, they're doing pretty good. You're almost at resistance, though. Yeah, that's what I heard, Nomadic. That's what I heard. Everyone's mad at Amazon. Let's see how their stock's doing. Yeah, they're flying up, too. I figured they'd start to see some negative price action today with everything going on, but maybe not. Maybe it will as the news starts to get out more. Nice, Amazon. Canal said, good for you. You don't need to sell. Probably not with the way things are going. 669 right now. Starting to touch. Now, this is the start of, like, this resistance zone. In between 669 and 670, I have some good resistance, but... See if the SPY can hold it up or not. Throw up the Mag 7 here. Wow, looks like Thinkorswim's having some problems. Holy. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? Yeah, I know, Outlaw. It's tough out there today. Be careful trading right here, guys. Be careful. I would actually I would almost not even trade right now. Really. Given how this is going. Mason, Amazon's servers crashed, man, and I don't know, it's been causing problems all morning for me with everything. But people are having problems with their trading accounts, of course. First and foremost, that's a big problem. Nomadic said Tesla puts can't exit. Cooked. Maybe Tesla will keep getting some red here. Yeah, I don't blame you, Demir. I think it's smart. I would just exit and just stay away. For right now. Maybe it's one of those days we're going to play Postscriptum or whatever. Chase said mostly personal problems, though. Oh, you did? Nice, nice. And you had a nice run going in pre-market. Looked pretty good at open here again. Let's go check on Beyond Meat. I know people have been watching this one. Let me go see what the short float is on this. Looks like the float is... Ooh. 62%. Yeah. Now that's a pretty good candidate for a possible squeeze. Keep it on the radar. Next few days. Keep watching it closely. Even TradingView's getting crazy on me. Holding up pretty good, though. I was able to sell my SPY call, 668, got it at 1.8, sold it at 2.08. Got out, so I'm happy. There we go. Nice. You know, you got out close to resistance. Even if it does, like, blast through, I think you did a good job. Who's ready for the Mariners to whip some butt tonight? Game 7. Whoa, is it really a Game 7? That's pretty nice. I haven't been paying much attention lately. There we go. Hims coming alive. LA just has said, what do you think about Hims? Intraday, it looks very nice. Starting to pop up quite well. Good movement towards 52. This is good price action here by Hims. Yeah, great movement back up. I like how it broke above that pre-market resistance and resistance from the end of the day on Friday, too. 51.65. Yeah, I like it today. One of the better looking setups of the day, I'd say. Archer dipped back down. Ooh, wonder if we'll get like a little dip buy opportunity here. Energy Fuels towards the top of the watch list again. Navitas almost with another 20%. NVTS. Looked pretty rough heading into today. I was actually looking at it to break below 14, but did not get it done. Yeah, Maddie, it's rough. AWS servers went down today. Iceman says ABAT. American Battery. Nice action. 32%. Wow. Coming back alive today. They were dying in the short term. Fell by over 50%. Yeah, like 58%. Man, Iceman, that one was on fire today. Yeah, another one to keep on the radar. Good PA right now compared to everything else. Wow, I wonder if that's what's causing it, Tangy Man. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, this is rough, though. This is wild. I'm sitting here reading through a lot of stuff. Canva having issues. I mean, everything. You know, there's a lot of issues here today with just about anything from what I'm seeing here. At least stuff that everyone uses. I'm reading through a couple articles here, like some CNBCs. Man, ABAT continues to run. I can't do anything on Robinhood, so slow. Yeah, I don't blame you, Outlaw. I would just take it easy. Weeble is cooked. I wonder how Amazon stock's doing. It's still flying. Look at that. Look at that. Still ripping here in the short term. Any news on the HOND? It's down today, Gil says. HOND. Looks like a pretty insane stock. I mean, with how volatile it is, it doesn't always have to have a true, like, reason why it's going down, but I'll check the news. I'm not seeing anything on it today. Just keep in mind, it's a very volatile stock. It's had a few red candles recently as well. It's not super surprising to see it down like 8%. I would say that's normal price action for how this one's been moving. Of course, any day we could have up or down movement, but it does seem like it's pretty straight down, I guess. Maybe there's some more news that's just not hitting the Thinkorswim live news too. Yeah, it's a wild one, Tanchi. It's a wild one. When I pulled it up and saw Acquisition Corp, I was like, oh. Terrestrial energy developer of small modular reactors. Gotcha. Shareholders are voting on a combination. A business combination, they're calling it. Or a merger or something? With terrestrial energy. Okay. They make SMRs. I really like the ticker symbol SMR when I think about small modular reactors. But HOND did have some wild price action. I mean, that is some insane movement here in the upside in the short term. It'll probably just stick to being wild and having crazy days like this for a little bit. When do they do that vote? Do you know, Gil? Oh, today? Gotcha. I'm surprised Thinkorswim didn't have something saying that they were going to be voting today or something. China's striking back by making us lag through market open, Demir says. China's getting us today. No, I'm joking. We're kidding, guys. We're kidding. Yeah, but nobody knows how to vote, Tangy Man said. I voted actually in a few of those things before. Tangy Man's got nothing in his emails. Oh. Oh, is it actually, Demir? I didn't know that. SPY's running up into resistance, 669.50. 670 coming into play, but SPY is staying resilient today. So far, really good price action, but just keep your eyes like right where the SPY is right now. It's rejected here multiple times in the past. It's actually been a big area of contention. Maiden said, how was the chili? It was fantastic. A little bit spicy. A little spicy, but I liked it a lot. My fiance, unfortunately, didn't like it. She likes it, but it was just too spicy for her. Chase made a song for me to play. Uh-oh. What's up, Brain? I was waiting for you to join. I was looking at it earlier. Sitting around 17% or 16%. I was like, oh, man. Oh, it's real. Chase actually made one called the StockedUp Anthem. Oh, man. I'm scared to click the link, Chase. I might have to pause the stream first. Let's see. How's Tessie today? Haven't really looked at Tesla too much this morning. Okay, doing pretty well. Up around 2%. Not bad. Looking at the Mag 7 overall, Meta's coming alive here. It's pretty straight up. Oh, it is? All right, I'm going to pause the audio really quick and give it a fast listen while the Mag 7's up. Look at Tessie and Meta, though, going nuts. Apple actually had some good news today. I don't know if you guys saw the Apple news or not. Good sales out of China. Apparently, the iPhone 17 outsold its predecessor by 17%. I'm going to try to pull it up here. Let me get the link really fast. Here it is. Yeah, it outsold its predecessor by 14% in China. That's what it was. Here it is. Pretty decent article to see. Look at Tesla ripping. All right, I'm going to give that a listen really fast. 1 second, guys. We're not going to have audio for just a second, but... All right, let's see. I'll keep talking so YouTube doesn't take us down. It's crazy if there's no audio, they'll stop you. All right, let's see. Okay, let's go. It actually has a really good, it has a script to it, so I could see what it had, so. All right, let's see. All right, you guys ready for this? This is the StockedUp Anthem that Chase made for us here. Monday morning, October 20th, 2025, debuting the StockedUp Anthem from Chase. Now, this isn't made by Mike or myself, so keep this in mind. Chase posted this up for us to listen to today, so we'll give it a quick listen. Go check on Beyond Meat, though, really quick. I'm going to cycle through a few stocks from the watch list. They're starting to move a bit. We'll see how things get going. Cleveland Cliffs. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's give it a listen.
profits flow. Dim your shovel, hits the ground. Treasure hidden, soon to be found. Tangi's vault, it overflows. Mason's charts, they always know. Chasers vibing, no care in sight. Chasers lost in the neon light. Manny's loud, the party's high. Tessie echoes through the sky. StockedUp family making moves. Chasers drunk but in the groove. Manny screaming, my Tessie, oh. This is the life, let the profits flow.
All right, all right. How do you guys like that, man? That was pretty wild, huh? Man, I was not expecting something like that today. It actually was pretty good. Like, I can't lie. Like, it was not a bad beat by any means. I think that the guy could have sounded better, but it was not bad. Kind of had a beat like this one. Yeah, AI is pretty wild, isn't it? It had something for, like, just about everyone in there, too. That was hilarious. Can you guys use it for tonight's video, intro, and outro? I'll have to, like, have Mike give that a listen later, just for fun. Man, Caesar's coming up, 22.40. Nice 3.92% rip. Moderna up 4.4% today. Wow. I was watching that lower support range for a possible breakdown today, but we got the bounce. A lot of stocks are coming back today, I gotta say. Moving back to the upside. Lots of stocks. Oklo's not, though. Down 2.4%, sadly. But we have a lot of good movements here. A lot. ASTS is up over 6%. Starting to break above pre-market highs right now as we look at it. AST Space Mobile might be getting some better PA. Starting to play out. It sounds like if StockedUp had an animated TV show, that'd be the intro music. Yeah. An animated TV show. Yeah, sounds like Power Rangers. That's what it kind of sounds like. SMCI. Ooh, getting a little lag from TradingView here. Now when to pull up SMCI. Chase said StockedUp's coming to Disney Plus in 2026. That would be badass, I gotta say. Let us know, Disney. Let us know. 111.50. Speaking of Disney, not doing almost anything today on their stock. BMNR is around the top of the watch list, ripping from open. It actually gapped up a lot. And now at open is really exploded, guys. BMNR is running. Yeah, Isaac, I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm being honest. I don't think that's a terrible idea. Really, with all the problems today, I don't think it's bad to just say, hey, maybe I shouldn't try to do any day trading today or something. Maybe it's a good organizing day. Maybe make it a learning day. Something like that. He made 114 on the Oklo, big money. Stopped out there, and I'm cool. This market is enough without all the glitches. Oklo. Yeah, it was Friday's play. $2.5 million put play there. Moved down pretty well at open. It's not really super under Friday's levels, but pretty close. Yeah, they are, Coconut. I was watching Amazon stock, and I was kind of surprised that it was like ripping so well at open with all the news coming out. All right, how we doing? Mess with the music setting for a second. Match request. Demure early breakfast. He's gonna eat his breakfast earlier. Oh yeah. What's for breakfast today, Demure? We gotta hear it. Since nobody can trade because the market's messed up, and AWS messed up all the brokers, we gonna have to just live with it. AMD's having a great day, Maddie says. Advanced Money Destroyer. We're going to call it Dispenser, though, because it's been doing so well lately. Demir says spinach and cheese omelet. There we go. I figured it would be an omelet. Always having some omelets out there. As long as the MLB and NFL games don't run on AWS, I'm good. Man, I don't think that they're... Oh my gosh, could you imagine if that got all messed up tonight from that? I'm surprised the market's not having like a weird reaction to it, honestly. I thought things would be very strange today. Brandon said, are there any brokers not affected? I'm not sure. Yvonne says, my Canadian Quest trade isn't affected. I wonder if, like, interactive brokers would be running just fine. I would think that some of these people have backups, but I'm not sure. Oh, that'd be brutal, Mason. Jeremy J-Mo says E-Trade, no issues. Iceman says Fidelity's just fine. Gotcha. I guess it's just our main couple out there. Tessie's about to touch 450. Watch resistance around this range as it's a pretty big level overhead. Let's check the book map. Oh, man. Actually, you know what? Give me a minute. I have to open up the book map and I have to open up all my tabs on book map. It'll take a minute here. Oh, it's loading Tesla first, though. That's good. Perfect. 198,000 stacked up at that 450 point. I'm surprised there's not more. Yeah, you can see that big sell wall overhead. How's BTBT? Trade evade's good, okay. Makes everyone get a VPN for blocking the Blue Jays on Canadian TV. MP's falling sharply, Yvonne said. MP materials. Oh, yeah, it is. Down quite a bit. CRML pulled back as well. Watch that recent support on CRML. See if it can bounce off this lower range or not. Once again. If it holds the low of day from today, it will be pretty solid, but it's going to have to hold somewhere close to here. Like 19. I think that they play inside, Chase. Don't they play inside? Tangyman said I sold 150 shares of BTBT about 5 minutes ago. BTBT has been really hot here. Yeah, up like 20% there. Okay, yeah. I thought they did. Who else does that? I think the Astros, maybe? It's weird. Every once in a while, I think people will hit the ceiling or something. Outlaw said, LOL, AWS messed up all the brokers. Apparently not all of them, but all the ones that we use, that most people use. Or the majority, I'd say. Tampa used to until their field got destroyed. Don't they have a pretty park? Palantir, $180.50. Yeah, they still haven't built it back. Not anymore. They play at the Yankee spring training facility all year. Oh, wow. That's the team that plays at the minor league stadium? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's bad. I remember whenever they were really good for a few years there. QQQ ripping through 610 today. Wow, guys. I mean, the QQQ and the SPY are really pushing forward here. The SPY just broke through 669.50 after consolidating for a little while. It consolidated, but now we're pushing through. Wow. And bulls rejoice today while the brokers are down. Market makers are making the stocks rip just so people get pissed. They want to see all the, I guess, peasants, right? That's probably how they would word it. They want to see the peasants pissed off. Crypto is up from its lows, Jake said. Really? How much is it up? Gumby said they got a Robinhood system update notification about issues related to AWS dated for December 31st, 1969. What the hell? That's when Amazon started. I'm very surprised, Chase. I figured people would like lose confidence or something. Very surprising for me. I am losing my patience with Robinhood, Goose said. Always something. I know everybody is, right? Robinhood is pissing people off today. SPY 669.50. Keep in mind though, Robinhood always has a problem. Like if there's any little issue out there, Robinhood's usually the very first one that starts really messing up. I would probably go with something else. Goose said if Beyond Meat you mean bacon, then yes I am. Is anyone into Beyond Meat? Let's see, BYND. Looking at it today. The short float's like 64%. I've seen a lot of people, well, 62%. I've seen a lot of people floating the possibility of a short squeeze with Beyond Meat. And you know, with the short float being 62%, that's quite high. But it makes sense, right? Beyond Meat has been getting crushed. I mean, look at the stock. You know, it just went from highs of $222 all the way down to lows of 50 cents. That's pretty rough, right? Oh, here's Demur's notice from Webull. This is what Webull sent Demur here. We're currently experiencing delays due to technical issues with multiple external vendors related to the ongoing AWS outage. Some users may notice lag or temporary disruptions in market data, banking, or other app functions. We're working to resolve this as quickly as possible. Thank you for the patience. Gosh, I sure hope that they get this resolved before tonight. We have a video to post. Yeah, I also got that. It means Amazon Web Services, Demure. It is it's Amazon's service platform, which used to be, I'm not sure if this is the case, but, you know, that's touted as like their bigger business, actually. I'm not sure if that's the case right now, but hell yeah, Mason, appreciate that. Hit that like, 100 subs away from 5K. Let's go. It's also the same time they started the Boeing 747. Looked up what happened on December 31st, 1969. It says if a computer shows that day, usually mean the stamp is 0 or corrupted. Oh, wow. I've never heard of that, Steve. Interesting. Tesla, Moderna, AMD, McDonald's not moving much today. I actually hope that McDonald's stock pulls back a little bit so that we can buy in on a dip. I like that recent pop. My Monopoly has fizzled out, guys. I haven't played recently. Surprisingly, I went all weekend without having McDonald's. BAC hitting 51.90. Pretty good movement by them this morning, but right back down. Chase says when Stocked Up hits 5K subs, Tom will buy everyone Jersey Mikes, and the Stocked Up anthem will be signed to record label. I'm not saying that. Hey, what's up, Iceman? I actually need, like, I need like 5 different ones. I have a bunch of the big ones, like where I only need one more piece to win, but it's like 5 different ones. Jersey Mike's, I know, right, Demure? I had it for the first time recently. I thought it was great. It beat Jimmy John's for certain. I guess I could say it beat Subway, but I don't know. Sometimes Subway hits just right. Because on the weekends after I work, I usually get McDonald's for the kids, and I'll save the one if I come across it. Let's go. Appreciate that, Iceman. Yeah, Virginia is the one that I really need. Virginia Avenue. If you find that one and I end up really winning, I'll have to pay you, because that is pretty badass. Wow, my McDonald's app is down because of the problems. That's funny, it won't load the Monopoly game. Jennifer said Subway is arguably my favorite restaurant. That's hilarious. I can't blame you though. You know, there's certain places like that that are just fantastic. I've had Subway in the past couple weeks probably like 3 times. Honestly. I gotta make my breakfast now. See you later, Demir. Man, I wish there weren't all these problems today, guys. Let's go see Robin Hood trying to move. 137 coming into play. What's up, G-Dog? No, not this time. They actually announced it. They announced it. You know, Tangi, I live like too far away from the city to have taco trucks. They do have a couple, but yeah, they're just not like super accessible, I guess. And I don't know where they are. Let's see the government shutdown news. I should have the link right here. Here we go. All right. This is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, which everyone calls the BLS. So the BLS said that they are going to be publishing it this Friday, October 24th, 2025, at 8:30 a.m. They're bringing this up from a previous date, I believe, of October 10th, 2025, where it was first scheduled, but since the shutdown happened, that could not ensue. So now we are going to be looking at October 24th, which is this Friday. And for those of you that don't know, we're talking about the CPI inflation data. There's going to be inflation data coming out this Friday. The inflation rate year over year is set to rise by 0.2%, it looks like. Wow. 0.2%, at least according to the analyst consensus here. Tangi worries about my diet. See, I don't tell you guys all the good stuff I eat, though. I don't ever tell you guys that. Yesterday for lunch, I had a nice dry-aged Kansas City strip steak. FWIW CCI earnings 1022. Noting CCI has received 5 upgrades and price targets raised in the past 4 months. Oh, CCI. Gotcha. Crown Castle. Wow, Steve. Yeah, it is pretty crazy, isn't it? I've seen a lot of people do that, you know. Of course, I've trimmed a few, but just pretty simple. Yeah, the dry age sounds good right now, I'll tell you. Looking at Crown Castle on the daily, I mean, I like the way it's been moving here off the recent low. It's actually not too high right now either, Tangy, man. Crown Castle sitting around at $100. Resistance here recently. Let's draw up a lower trend here. Not that it has to follow this perfectly by any means, but just getting a little idea. Yeah, not bad. I mean, towards the lower end of the channel for sure. Very interesting setup here, Tangy. I haven't looked into Crown Castle too much, but Chase has been on a cooking theme lately. Did a stuffed chicken last night. Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds really good. We need to get sponsored up by Martha Stewart or something here. Or Gordon Ramsay's, the Hexclad. Bank of America. Go back to the SPY really quickly. Sitting around 670. Good price action here at resistance. I like the movement through. How are the brokerages doing? Robinhood coming back alive a little bit. Oh, now that's gross, brain. That's where you start losing me. How's Nvidia? Whoa. Whoa, Nvidia just started powering higher. Let's see how that resistance is coming up around 184 to 185. Yeah, like Jim Cramer brain. I still can't believe he drank that on TV. I also can't believe that he cried on live television about Meta stock. I wonder how much money he lost to make himself cry over that. And I wonder how he feels about it now. He sold it like right here. Or just, you know, went on TV and said sorry and cried at like this point, I believe. It was crazy. He was like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I think it's safe for me to go to the store now. Yep, coconut. Probably is. Did you make any trades today, or did you sit out because of the issues? You said you stole your Beyond Meat stock 4 years ago after you tried some of it? Oh my gosh. It was that bad, huh? I've never had it before. My dad used to eat stuff like this all the time, and he just had a heart attack, so I don't know. I might stay away from Beyond Meat. No, I'm kidding. He was trying to eat better and stuff, but... Outlaw. Navitas just hit 17. Tom, is this creating a double top? Thank you. Let's see. Double top action. Yes, 17.20. It's got tons of sodium in it. Tears? Oh no. Jim Cramer's? He probably could have sold him for extra too because he's Jimmy Boy. Look at Bank of America 51.90. Come on, let's break through that resistance. BAC. It's been looking pretty fire today at this resistance. It's triple topping at it right now. Been waiting for the real push through. Not happening though. It's not happening, at least not right now. Chase said if Kramer cried every time he was wrong, Mad Money would just be a... it would be a constant hour of sobbing. Tom, do you know the premium paid by Big Money Trade on Oklo? Let's see. I think it was 2.5 million. 2.55 million is what it was. One sec, guys. One sec. Sorry about that. Helping somebody out here. All right. Yeah, but that's the premium on Oklo. Pretty interesting big money trade, right? Oklo's starting to print to the downside here, too. Looks pretty solid. I like these stocks down. I think they're way too overextended, personally. At least right now. At this very second. You know, as time goes, maybe they'll get to a better price, but SPY's touching 670 now, guys. It actually just broke past 670 very slightly up to 670.30 just about. Dusty said, is anyone having issues with their Robinhood? Oh yeah, Dusty. There's a lot of problems today, don't worry. It's not just you today. Everyone's having an issue, just about. AWS had a server problem, and it's been causing problems with just about everything. At least everything that I use. So just keep that in mind. Let's pull up the Mag 7 setup. See how this is doing. Look at Google up here. That'd be funny if Google starts doing good because people are going to start switching to them over AWS. I don't know if they work with AWS. I'm sure they do, but in some way, some capacity. Not quite certain on that, but you would think. Apple's moving up towards 260. They had some good news today. Was happy to see that good Apple news. Their iPhone 17 sales are selling 14% better than its predecessor in China. And Amazon's still moving up this morning. Up even better now. That's funny. Sounds good, Goose. Thanks for joining up today. Appreciate you. With that being said, I'm going to grab a quick water. Nvidia's rejecting at 185. I mean, it makes sense. That was a big level on the book map. Let's zoom it out. Or zoom it in, actually. 184 and 185, actually. Both were pretty large levels. Maybe this is a positive for AWS. They could take on more infrastructure deals. I don't know if I could argue it that way, but maybe. You never know. What's up, Miguel? Thank you. Hi from Toronto. Thank you, sir. Glad to see you join up. Go Leafs. I'm kidding. Go Blues. How's Tessie today? Pulling back a little bit. I was watching it at 450 earlier. Makes sense to see it pull back. Hell yeah, Yvonne. Who else is from Canada? I'm sure we have quite a few out there. Yeah, Jennifer says, go Jays. Tangerman says Palantir does not give an F. Moving around 183. Man, still up 2.3. I actually like the way it was selling off at open. I was looking at it down, but man, it's been straddling this resistance. It's crazy how flat Palantir is up here at the top. I think I'm just going to remove my drawings on this one. Nvidia was doing great. It touched 185 and pulled back. A pretty good rip there. Getting a lot of chop though, back down. All right, guys, 1 second. I'll be right back. Throw up the Mag 7. I'm going to go grab a water real fast. Be right back. All right. We are back. How are we doing? Anything go on? Whoa, Microsoft SPY broke out. Both broke out while I got my water there. Man, Google breaking out as well. Haha, Fisher. What? that actually made me laugh. That was funny. My Weeble just crashed, G-Dog said. Oh, no, not again. Not again. Look at Google here. Google's like straddling a crazy resistance. Let's look at it. Look at this weird setup. Be nice if Google could break this to the upside and start going for a run. Google made a deal with Apple a while back, no? So they should rip together? Just because they made a deal doesn't mean that they'll rip together by any means. Keep that in mind. I don't know if they did, but I gotta say, though, they're pretty big competitors with each other for the most part. On just about everything. Very difficult to litigate against brokers. They have lawyers and they have a TOU contract. I know with these brokers, yeah, it is very difficult, and a lot of times you sign, you're signing things that, like, whenever you make your account and stuff, you're signing things that say that if there's a glitch or something with the platform that they're not responsible, I believe, and I'm sure all that's in there. Now, I'm not 100% certain. Obviously do your homework, but hope nobody has spy puts they can't close, Canal said. I know that would be pretty brutal, right? That would be brutal to see. Canal said, hope nobody has spy puts that can't close. The Subway app is down. That's our biggest concern today, Joe. Chase said, what does everyone subscribe to for MLB games? I'm not sure. I have that MLB TV. That one's pretty solid. But every once in a while, there's stuff on like Apple TV in different places that's kind of annoying. CCL did pretty good today, almost 2%. I actually like the way it's holding resistance too. We might see a breakout coming through here. Google rejected at resistance again. Failed to break. Wow. $6.12 strike on QQQ, Haya said. That's a beautiful jump there. 611.66, okay. That's what we love to see. That is some great action. Wow. Yeah, I think we might hit your 612 strike. G-Dog said, look at this pick. Let's see. What the hell? That's so weird. Let me check. Hang on. Yeah, Thinkorswim's not showing it. That might just be a Weeble glitch there. Wow, that looks like a crazy glitch. QQQ starting to get close to that 612 mark. Man, G-Dog, that really does look crazy. Google is going to try to break the 52-week high. It's pretty close. It wants to try to break through this resistance. It's really straddling it. Really straddling. Where is that 52-week high? Let me go to that 4-hour chart. Technically, it was in after hours one day, or no, pre-market one day, and it touched like 257 almost. Let's see. No, it was right at open. 256.94. It might try to get it today. That's crazy. Let's see that top of the hour volume high, I said. Top of the hour, 10 a.m., almost rolling around. I'm glad to hear some people got in some positive trades, though, even with all the... I don't know. all the craziness going on with the AWS. I was trying to think of a good word for it, but... all the tomfoolery. Better do it on camera, Mason. He'll cry from 700. 700 would be pretty insane, wouldn't it? Let's see that daily. You know, we're really not far off. We could easily hit it by the end of the year. When I'm looking at it closer, I could easily get achieved. My fiance just texted me and goes, "Why isn't Amazon working?" Oh, that's funny. I'll do it on national TV. Even better, even better. Gosh, SPY's flying up. Sheesh. Jeez, this is crazy. Brain said husband bank accounts up 10%. Because the wives can't order anything right now. Mason said, I wonder what the guy to girl ratio is for orders on Amazon. That's actually a good point. What if it's my fiance using my account? I'd say she orders like... She probably orders stuff like 10 to 1 compared to me on there. Man, Spy. No, I did not, Brain. I think I was using GNCs. Gotta be 95 to 5. 99 to 1. Maybe so. Is Google breaking out yet? How we doing, Google? Still rejecting at resistance. Come on, we gotta power through this. Come on, Google, let's get it done. I used to do that too, but I started to put in the cart and not check out. I realized I didn't need half to all the stuff I put in there. That's funny. Yvonne used to do all that. Well, good thing you cut back. SoFi's up 7%. Good to see. That's a beautiful rip. Beautiful. Never checked it out. Do you still think SPY can go down to the levels listed on the latest videos? I think it's possible for sure. You know, where the SPY is right now, if we start to get a larger pullback come in, I think it's definitely possible. Now, one big thing right here is that the SPY is in a very weird setup, okay? Very, very weird. Let me actually extend the trend out a little bit here. It's actually still under the trend, which is pretty interesting to see. As we can see on the 15-minute chart, it's still underneath the trend. Now, if it starts to reject up here and forms a lower high to this point, that's going to be where I think we could start to really see a short, and we could start to see some shorting opportunities happen. But that lower high needs to post here. If SPY rips right through 674, I mean, it's probably game over. You know, it's going to be a new all-time highs. Who knows how high it'll go at that point. It'll probably end up getting back to the levels listed in the video at some point, but I think it'll take a little bit. But if we really need to see that lower high post here, there's a couple of key events that can cause this. You know, if the government shutdown gets worse, or bad news with, of course, China, but just also geopolitical news potentially. I know things are heating up with like Colombia and Venezuela a little bit. Maybe something else will start to get crazy as well. BRB, there's a robot screaming at me. How likely is KO to beat earnings? You know, I'm not sure on that. That's very hard to quantify there. That's very hard. I don't even want to answer because it would just be a wild guess. Brain said sold Navitas. At 20%? Haha, let's go. That is hilarious. Does it again. NVTS, 20%. Wow. Canal said, give a wild guess with a disclaimer. How likely is KO to beat earnings? Let's see. Coca-Cola. I would put it at a 63.7%. 63.7. Wild guess, by the way. Disclaimer. Tassie hit 450, right back down. Canal said, I want KO down. No KO is a healthier world. You're probably correct there. I would agree. Tony said, I read it only takes KO A few hours to make $1 million in profits. My guess is they beat on earnings. Is it $1 million in profit or $1 million in revenue? It could be profit, though. Warren Buffett wouldn't like that. No, not one bit. I can't believe how much he likes Coke. Brain said I can. Let's go to the chart. It's been pretty solid over the years. I got to give it to Warren Buffett. Been pretty good. I think it is, Yvonne. It is Trump's favorite drink. It was actually such a big drink for him that he had a red button on the Resolute desk in the Oval Office where you could press a button and it would order a Coke and someone would bring one into him. Yeah, that was hilarious. Steve says, drink one every day, he says. That's wild to me. Warren Buffett eats at McDonald's every day for breakfast, too, I believe. At least that's what I had thought. So all you McDonald haters out there, ask why Warren Buffett is 94. Yeah, that's wild, Iceman. Tesla's holding support here today. Looking at the Mag 7 setup here. Look at Apple, 4% now on the day, guys. That good news really helped. Yeah, that's nice. Throwing up the article here for you guys. Apple stock rallies following strong iPhone 17 sales in the US and China. 14% better sales than the 16. One second, guys. Sorry about that. The cat was making my daughter cry somehow. Every once in a while, our cat gets wild, I'll tell you. I heard the 17's scratch super easy. Wow. It's all right, brain. It's probably best not to. PLTR 183 here. Wow, we're seeing some good action. Really fantastic movement, I'd say. Citigroup did well today as well. Awesome. I still can't believe how good Apple was looking, guys. Wow. Amazon starting to turn over a little bit. Oh, is it put time for Amazon? Be careful. It doesn't seem like it's been falling down good. What type of cat? It's called a calico. Oh, that's gross, Brain. Dusty said could not sell a stock that was in the profits this morning because of the Robinhood issues, and now it's in a loss. What do I do? Man, Dusty, I'm sorry. I really wish that I could tell you that there was something good to do. If you could somehow try to get to Robinhood support and see if they could close it for you, I mean, that's really your only option unless you just keep trying. You might need to close your app, restart, come back a few times until it works or something. Man, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. It's even happened to me before, guys. It's happened to me. You know, I've had it happen with Thinkorswim. I've had it happen with Robinhood. I've had it happen with TradeStation. I've had it happen with, well, no, those, I don't think it happened to the other ones. Just those ones. But still. I don't think so, Brain. I don't think so. That'd be wild if it did. How's Beyond Meat starting to look? Whoa, there we go. Beyond Meat, guys. Coming back alive. Wow, there we go. BYND. 65% today, and it's starting to push a little higher. There's a lot of people calling for a short squeeze on this one. I keep seeing people post up this funny gif of these guys squeezing these oranges. This has me laughing my ass off with Beyond Meat. But alrighty, guys, we're probably going to call it here. It's been a fun stream today, though. Appreciate everybody joining up today. Let's go, let's go. Hopefully it's a wild week like it has been so far today. I like the price action, even though it's to the upside. You know, it was pretty straight up today. I gotta Gotta admit, a lot of good movement out of some of the Mag 7 stocks as well. You know, getting some decent action. Google was one of the better ones there for a while. Still watching for that one to try to break resistance. But they're all in the green today, which is nice. Nvidia's almost red, though. It might go red in a minute. Look at SPY turning over now. We're getting a bit of a shift coming back now into the market, back to the downside after that massive rip this morning. Oh, we might form that higher low after all. We'll see. We'll see. Watch for that to possibly play out today. Get that higher low action going. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Go get some food, have some breakfast. Let's go. Watch out for the brokers today. They're having problems. Don't try to press your luck too much. It might be best to just wait till the afternoon. But all right, see you guys later.